Hello students, today our next topic is factors that have enabled globalization. See, already we have discussed what is globalization. So now what are the factors that have make possible this globalization or this interlinking between the countries? So first factor is technology. So how technology, rapid improvement in technology have been one of the major factors that has stimulated the globalization process. For example, the past 50 years we have seen several improvements in transportation technology. This made much faster delivery of goods across long distance possible at a lower cost. तो प्रीवियसली जब टेक्नोलॉजी इम्प्रूव नहीं थी तो क्या होता था, एक जगह से दूसरे जगह अगर गुड्स ट्रांसपोर्ट करने हैं तो इट इज़ टेकिंग अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम प्लस द ह्यूज एक्सपेंसेस. बट नाउ द टाइम इज़ रिड्यूस्ड एंड it is possible at a lower cost also. See, in the picture it is described here, containers for that transport goods. So goods are placed in containers that can be loaded intact onto ships, railways, planes and trucks. So एक जगह से टेक्नोलॉजी की मदद से क्या करते हैं, कंटेनर्स ऑलरेडी लोड कर देते हैं किस में, डायरेक्टली शिप्स में या प्लेन्स में, ट्रक्स में. कंटेनर्स हैव लेड टू ह्यूज रिडक्शन इन port handling cost and increased the speed with which export can reach market. Similarly, the cost of air transport has fallen. So this has enabled much greater volume of goods being transported by the airlines. तो उनका खर्चा जो है एयरलाइंस तक सामान को पहुंचाना या फिर वहाँ से फिर उसको नीचे उतारना, उसकी जगह तक पहुंचाना, तो नाउ दिस कॉस्ट हैज़ रिड्यूस बिकॉज ऑफ दिस technology. We are using the technology. The goods can be moved from one place to another very easily and with less time plus less cost also. Even more remarkable have been the development in the information and communication technology. So that is a factor that enabled the transportation. Now the another is information and communication technology, that is the internet. Today how we are connected from one place to another, and in a minute or in a second we can convey our message to a person that is very far apart from us. So in recent times technology in the areas of telecommunications, computers, internet has been changing rapidly. Telecommunication facilitates, that is telegraph है, telephone है, including mobile phones or fax that are used to contact one another around the world, as you know already. So to access information instantly and to communicate from remote areas, so we can easily now communicate from the remote, even the rural areas also, due to this information technology. And this have been facilitated by satellites communication devices. So how it is possible? Due to the satellite communication devices. And as you would be aware that computers have now entered almost every field of activity. So you might have also ventured into an amazing world of internet where you can obtain and share information on almost anything that you want to know. So whatever the information you want, you can just look into the Wikipedia and you can get whatever the information you required at any time and within few seconds only. And you can obtain and you can share also almost everything what you know. Internet also allows us to send instant electronic mail, that is email, and talk voicemail across the world at negligible cost. Negligible cost means very less cost. We can talk to each other, even we can do the video call, we can do the conferencing call. So in this way we are very rapidly connected to each other. So information and communication technology or IT, इन शॉर्ट वी इंफॉर्मेशन एंड टेक्नोलॉजी को इन शॉर्ट में IT बोलते हैं, तो हैज़ प्लेड अ मेजर रोल इन स्प्रेडिंग आउट प्रोडक्शन ऑफ सर्विस ऑल्सो across countries. So let us see how. See here in this picture what happened. The girl says that it looks like a very nice magazine, but why isn't my textbook printed like this? I can hardly read the words in my book. So his father saying, no my child, this printing press is not for ordinary Indians. So why it is not for ordinary Indians? See, using the IT in globalization, how this magazine has been printed, we'll see through this example. Like a newspaper magazine, it is published for London readers, is to be designed and printed in Delhi. तो एक मैगज़ीन है, न्यू मैगज़ीन, वो पब्लिश होती है लंदन में, बट उसका डिज़ाइनिंग और प्रिंटिंग इट इज़ डन इन दिल्ली. So the text of the magazine is sent through the internet to the Delhi office. So whatever the text to be printed, it is sent to the internet to the Delhi office, and the designers in the Delhi office get orders on how to design the magazine from the office in London using the telecommunication facilities. So whatever the instructions required, it was given from the London to the Delhi office, and the designing is done on a computer. After printing the magazines, these are sent by air to London. So even the payment of money for designing and printing from a bank in London to a bank in Delhi is done instantly through the internet, or what we call e-banking. So like this process has been done. And how it is possible? Due to the IT, that is information technology. Next is liberalization of foreign goods and foreign investment policy. What is liberalization? Liberalization means giving some liberal rules to the MNCs, or to impose very less tax so that they can be attracted to our countries. So let us return to the example of the import of Chinese toys in India, which we have seen previously. Suppose the Indian government put a tax on the import of toys, then what would happen? So those who wish to import these toys would have to pay tax on this. If the government, Indian government, if it puts a tax on the import of the toys, then what happened? The cost of the selling price will increase. So because of this tax, the buyer will have to pay the higher price on the imported toys, because the tax is added, so price is increased. Now the buyer has to pay the more price. So Chinese toys will no longer be as cheap in the Indian market, and import from the China will automatically reduce. So Indian toy makers will prosper. सो जब चाइना से जो टॉयज़ यहाँ पर दिए जाएंगे, जब उनकी जो कॉस्ट है वो इंक्रीज़ हो जाएगी, तो क्या होगा? जो सेलिंग है वो रिड्यूस हो जाएगी, और जो इंडियन टॉय मेकर्स हैं वो फिर से अपने टॉयज़ बेच सकते हैं. Tax on imports is an example of trade barriers. So trade barriers means any tax that is imposed on the imports are called trade barrier, and it is called a barrier because some restrictions have been set up. Government can use these trade barriers to increase or to decrease the foreign trade. That means to regulate the foreign trade. If the government wants that foreign trade to be expanded, then it will remove this tax or impose very less tax. So it is a work of the government to decide whether what kind of goods and how much of each should come into our country. So the Indian government after independence had put barriers to the foreign trade and foreign investment. So this was considered necessary to protect the producers within the country from the foreign competition. So why this Indian government has imposed the tax on the foreign trade after the independence? Why? Because at that time we are having very small traders, and they are not in enough position to compete with the foreign trade or foreign markets. So government has given some time so that they can prosper themselves. So industries were just coming up in 1950s and 1960s, and competition from imports at that stage would not have allowed these industries to come up. If these industries were come, then what happened? This Indian seller cannot expand their business. So thus Indian allowed imports of only essential items such as machinery है, fertilizers है, petroleum है. Note, all the developed countries during the early stages of development have given protection to domestic producers through a variety of means. So all the developed countries, jitni bhi, see, our country is developing country, so it has not imposed any tax. India allowed imports only essential items को ही सिर्फ अलाउड किया गया. बट that developed countries during the early stages of development, they have given the protection of domestic producers also through the variety of means. So starting around 1991, some far reaching changes in the policies were made in India. So the government decided that the time that had come for the Indian producers to compete with the producers around the globe. So it felt that the competition would improve the performance of the producers within the country, since they would have to improve their quality. And this decision was supported by the powerful international organization. So at that time, the government they have decided that if the Indian producers they want to compete then with the producers, they have to improve the quality of the quality of their products also. So for the improving of the quality, in the 1991 the policies were changed by the government. So thus barriers on the foreign trade and foreign investment were removed to a large extent. Why this is removed? Because if competition is not there, the quality cannot be maintained. So this means that goods could be imported and exported easily, and also foreign companies could set up factories and offices here. So if trade barriers is not there, MNCs can come and they can set up business wherever they want. So removing barriers and restrictions set by the government is what we called as liberalization or something liberal. So within the liberalization of trade, business are allowed to make decisions freely about what they wish to import or export. The government imposes much less restrictions than before and is therefore said to be more liberal. So it is a decision of the government whether they want to impose tax or they should be liberal, depending upon their development strategy or depending upon their producers. So we'll continue the next topic in the next class. Thank you all.